Hello and welcome back to Whiskey Wars. My name is Sean, and tonight we'll be going through another single barrel review, and this time we're doing 1792 single barrel. Let's get into it. So here is our bottle for today, 1792 single barrel. And you know, I love the 1792 bottle. I think it's one of the cooler bottles in the bourbon world. Of course, the Pony bottle is also a cool bottle, but it has its drawbacks. We all know what they are. Not going to get into that right now. But this is certainly competition for the Pony bottle, the My Little Pony, the Horsey bottle, the Blantons. So let's see how this may stack up against that. Let's get some poured here. And we're not going to do any history tonight on 1792 because I have other videos that have done that already. And I will post that at the end of this so you guys can go watch that afterwards. But now let's get into this. And I poured a little heavier than I probably should have. But let's get into this guy here and see what it has going on. See how it compares to some other big names in the single barrel world. And you know, in 1792 is certainly no slouch. They got some nice bourbons they're putting out. Some decent legs. Not a lot going on there leg-wise. They're taking their time. Anyway, let's get into the nose. See what we got here. Ooh, that is a oaky bourbon. Kind of like a wood factory, wood mill, it's probably the better word. Very, very woody, not in a bad way. So it's like a very sweet wood. So you're getting lots of nice wood notes. There's also like a toasted oak note in there. Hints of char, not real strong as well. Nice brown sugar, nice caramel note. There's a hint of a vanilla. The oak note is so strong though, that kind of takes over. There's kind of a leather note in there, as well as like a sweet tobacco note kind of going on. There's a little chocolate, definitely a dark chocolate though, not a sweet milk chocolate. And I would say a coffee note. Showing in there as well. Lots of dark notes on the nose. Let's go in for the palate though. Let's see what this thing tastes like. That's what matters, right? Here we go. So as you can see, I have enjoyed a significant amount of this. About half is gone already. And I think that's done it some good because when I first opened this, the neck pour wasn't great. Then when I got down to the shoulder, that was okay. Right in here was a pretty good area on this bottle, like this inch of it. And then in here, not so good. It was kind of whatever. But now more air has done it some justice, and it's really opened up and become really pleasant. So what did I just taste? Let's talk about it. So just a caramel bomb. I mean, wow, just tons of sweet, thick, mouth-coating caramel. Just really mouth coating, very viscous, very oily on the palate. Really nice toasted oak notes. It's not coming off like a sour oak or just kind of woody. Really nice oak notes showing through. A lot more char on the palate than the nose kind of suggests. And there's like this really nice just toasted marshmallow note in there as well. There's definitely a lot of brown sugar going on with that caramel. There's a hint of spice. I would say it's like a black pepper. I'm not getting a whole lot of like a sweet cinnamon or anything like that. I would say there's not a ton of depth. Like there's not, 30,000 different flavors going on here. But what you do get is really nice. I would say there's probably also like this sweet tobacco thing going on that we kind of picked up on the nose. Let's go in for another sip here and see what else we can pick up and also focus on the finish here. Well, I can tell you right now, if we were to film the blind tasting that we have coming up of all of the single barrels that we're reviewing right now, this might win. It's that good. The finish is excellent. That's where you start to get that spice. You do get a little cinnamon there, but it's more of a like a black pepper kind of spice, but there is that cinnamon, but it's sweet, so it's not like a bitter black pepper. It's kind of like a sweet and spicy thing going on. Really nice finish, and it lingers. It's still going. It's still going. Just like the palate, very coating on the finish as well, and it's long lasting. And this is not real high proof. This is 98.6, so under 100 proof. And I think 1792 has done an excellent job with this bottle. I know it can be hard to find, like most single barrels are, unfortunately, but I am happy to own this one. It's been very enjoyable. There was a portion right in here that wasn't great, but most of it's been really good. So now, also real quick, on the palate that time around, I got more of that sweet cinnamon on the palate as well. And there's also this kind of, 1792 has a banana note as well. It's different than the Brown-Forman profile. But in this case, it comes across more like the Brown-Forman banana note. I'm not a fan of the 1792 banana note usually. It's a little bit like banana candy instead of like actual bananas or like banana bread. And it feels artificial and kind of weird to me sometimes. This does not do that. And it's also subdued. It's not as prominent as it is in, say, the small batch. So I appreciate that just hint of banana note coming through with all those other things we already talked about. So now, to the scoring. How would you score this? Now, I know this thing can be hard to find, at least here in Kentucky. And I also tend to shop in Tennessee and Georgia sometimes, and Florida fairly often. So I know it's not readily available. I appreciate that. But I can't let that affect the score. But I do know that the prices are all over the place. I get this bottle for $45, and I know that that's not what a lot of you are seeing. But I have to score it at what it is available for sometimes. So let's say in the $45 to $55 range, it has some strong competition for sure. With that said, I think this is an excellent pour, especially given the lower proof point. It doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like it's low proof as far as the experience goes. So I'm going to say a 7.4. I think it's better than some other single barrels we've tried recently. And I think it will do really well in the blind, especially if it tastes like it does right now. I think it will do really well. So folks, if you find this bottle, especially at retail, because don't overpay. We don't need to keep this crazy market going. So if you can find it at retail, then certainly a pickup. That's what it is, folks. That's what my thoughts on it. If you want to see more reviews from me, here is that link right there. And here's the subscribe button. I already linked the whole history thing already up there. So do all those things on your own time. And until next time, folks, just remember, you can never have too much good whiskey.